You were taught to chase money by working harder, saving more, and behaving well. Yet you watch others, less moral, less exhausted, sometimes less intelligent, accumulate wealth with frightening ease. This confusion is the real problem. Today, we destroy the illusion you were sold and replace it with truth, not comfort, not hope, truth. Look closely, because this is where most people are permanently deceived. Money does not have a conscience. It does not reward kindness, honesty, or patience. Those qualities may make you respected, liked, even trusted, but money does not kneel to virtue, it kneels to power. The moment you understand this, confusion disappears and patterns become obvious. The world suddenly makes sense in a way that is uncomfortable but liberating. From the time you are young, you are conditioned to believe that if you do the right thing long enough, money will eventually arrive as a reward. Work hard, follow rules, wait your turn, stay humble. This belief is not innocent, it is useful to those already in control. A population that believes money is moral will keep behaving well while remaining powerless. They will blame themselves for failure instead of questioning the structure that governs reward. Observe reality, not ideology. History does not celebrate the most ethical men as the richest. It remembers the most strategic. Empires were not built by asking permission. Fortunes were not accumulated by fairness. Money flows toward those who can decide outcomes, not those who hope for them. Power defines value. Whoever controls resources, access, timing, and rules determines where money goes. Think of money as a loyal soldier. It does not ask if its commander is good or evil. It asks only one question: who is in charge? When you lack power, money ignores you no matter how sincere your effort is. When you hold power, money follows even your mistakes. This is why influential people recover from losses quickly while the powerless are destroyed by small failures. Power absorbs shock. Morality does not. Many people are uncomfortable with this truth, so they reject it emotionally. They say the system is corrupt, the world is unfair, money is evil. But money did not create the system. You are living inside it. Refusing to understand power does not make you noble. It makes you vulnerable. Machiavelli warned long ago that a man who relies on virtue alone in a world that does not will come to ruin among so many who are not virtuous. Power in money is not always loud. Sometimes it is silent ownership. Sometimes it is control over information. Sometimes it is the ability to say no when others cannot. Money respects leverage. The person who owns the factory has power over the worker. The person who controls distribution has power over the producer. The person who controls attention has power over the market. In each case, money aligns itself upward toward control. This is why effort without leverage is invisible. You can work endlessly and remain poor if your labor is easily replaced. Morality will not protect you from this reality. You may be honest, loyal, disciplined, and still expendable. Money does not pay for sacrifice. It pays for necessity. When your absence creates damage, money negotiates with you. When your presence changes nothing, money moves past you. Power also explains why rules are flexible for the wealthy and rigid for the poor. This is not hypocrisy, it is hierarchy. Those with power shape rules, reinterpret them, or escape them entirely. Those without power are constrained by them. Money is attracted to this freedom. Freedom of movement, freedom of decision, freedom from desperation. When you depend on approval, morality becomes a cage. When others depend on you, morality becomes optional. This does not mean you must be immoral. It means you must stop believing morality creates money. Ethics can coexist with wealth, but they do not generate it. Power does, structure does, position does. If you want money, you must stop asking whether something feels fair and start asking who controls the outcome. Once you see power clearly, you stop being emotionally manipulated by false promises of reward and begin designing your position deliberately. Understand this deeply. Money is not attracted to good intentions. It is attracted to authority, leverage, and inevitability. When you are unavoidable, money finds you. When you are optional, money forgets you. This is the first law. Everything else you were taught was decoration meant to keep you compliant while others learned how to rule. You were trained to worship effort, to believe that exhaustion is evidence of progress, to assume that the person who works the longest hours must eventually be rewarded. This belief keeps millions busy and broke. Money does not measure sweat, it measures control. Effort is common, control is rare. And money, like all scarce things, moves toward what is rare. Look around and ask a dangerous question. Who works the hardest in society? It is not the billionaire, it is not the owner, it is the laborer, the driver, the worker whose body is consumed daily by tasks that can be replaced tomorrow. If effort alone created wealth, these people would be kings. Instead, they remain trapped because effort without control creates dependency. The more you rely on effort, the more fragile your income becomes. Control means deciding outcomes rather than reacting to them. When you control pricing, timing, access, or distribution, you dictate value. When you only control your labor, you negotiate from weakness. Money senses this imbalance immediately. It flows toward those who can say yes or no without fear. It avoids those who must accept whatever is offered. This is not cruelty, it is economics. Consider the difference between someone who sells hours and someone who sells results. The first is paid for time that passes. The second is paid for impact that remains. Time is finite and replaceable. Impact is scalable and rare. Money follows scalability because it multiplies without increasing effort. Control over a system allows one decision to affect thousands, sometimes millions. Effort affects only the person exerting it. This is why managers earn more than workers, and owners earn more than managers. Each level removes direct effort and increases control. At the bottom, effort is constant and rewards are capped. At the top, effort is strategic and rewards are uncapped. Money recognizes leverage instantly. It pays for decisions that shape many outcomes, not actions that complete one task at a time. Many people resist this truth because effort is emotionally comforting. It feels honest, it feels earned. Control feels manipulative to the untrained mind. But control is simply responsibility over outcomes. Someone must decide what gets done, how it gets done, and who benefits. That person will be paid more, regardless of how tired anyone else is. Money does not apologize for this, it enforces it. Effort also creates an illusion of progress. You feel productive, so you feel closer to wealth. But activity is not advancement. Movement without direction exhausts you without elevating your position. Money rewards direction. The man who places one lever correctly can move a mountain. The man who pushes the mountain directly will die there. Control is leverage applied with intelligence. This is why those who understand systems rise faster than those who perfect skills. Skills keep you useful. Systems make you powerful. The skilled are hired. The powerful are partnered with or feared. Money prefers relationships of necessity over relationships of sympathy. When your role is essential to the system, effort becomes secondary. You are paid to exist, not to struggle. Control also protects you from collapse. When effort is your only asset, injury, age, or disruption can erase your income overnight. When control is your asset, others carry the effort for you. Money values durability. It aligns itself with positions that survive chaos. This is why ownership outlives employment and why influence outlives strength. Understand this clearly and without emotion. Money does not insult effort. It simply does not respect it enough to reward it significantly. Effort is expected, control is compensated. The faster you shift your focus from working harder to positioning yourself better, the sooner money begins responding differently to you. Control changes how the world negotiates with you, how opportunities approach you, and how risk avoids you. Effort makes you tired, control makes you valuable, and money always follows value as defined by power, leverage, and the ability to decide rather than obey. You were taught to protect money as if it were fragile. Save it, hide it, lock it away. Treat every dollar like a rare artifact that must not be touched. This mindset does not create wealth, it creates stagnation. Savings preserve money, but preservation is not multiplication. Money that is not moving under your control is slowly losing power, even while it appears safe. Inflation erodes it, opportunity passes it, time weakens it. Money was not designed to sleep, it was designed to circulate inside systems. A system is any structure that produces results without requiring your constant presence. businesses, investments, platforms, brands, intellectual property, networks, all of these are systems. They take an initial input and repeatedly generate output. Savings do none of this. They wait. Waiting is passive. Money does not reward passivity, it rewards structure. The wealthy do not ask how to save more. They ask how to build or access systems that work continuously. This is why two people with the same income end up in completely different financial realities. One saves diligently for decades and feels responsible. The other channels money into systems that produce returns. Over time, the gap becomes irreversible. The saver depends on discipline forever. The system builder depends on momentum. Discipline eventually breaks. Momentum compounds. Systems remove you from the equation. This is uncomfortable for people who believe VE effort equals value. But money prefers independence from human limitation. A system does not get tired, emotional, or distracted. It scales, it repeats, it improves. Once money enters a functioning system, it multiplies because it is no longer tied to your personal capacity. This is the moment money becomes powerful. Many fear systems because they require delayed gratification and calculated risk. Saving feels safe because it demands nothing new. Systems demand understanding, structure, and patience. But safety is expensive. The price of safety is slow decay. While you protect your money, others deploy theirs. When you finally feel ready, the best opportunities are already owned. Savings also create psychological weakness. When your money sits idle, you become emotionally attached to it. You fear loss more than you desire growth. This fear influences your decisions and makes you conservative when aggression is required. Systems change this psychology. Once money is working for you, you stop seeing it as something to protect and start seeing it as something to command. Understand that systems are not gambling when designed correctly. They are controlled environments with predictable behavior. The wealthy do not rely on luck. They rely on probability and structure. A well-built system does not need perfect timing. It needs consistency. Even small advantages, repeated over time, produce overwhelming results. This is how average decisions outperform heroic effort. Savings. Cap your upside. No matter how disciplined you are, there is a limit to what you can store. Systems have no such ceiling. They expand as demand increases. This is why wealth grows exponentially for some and linearly for others. One is tied to hours and restraint. The other is tied to structure and reach. People often say they will build systems once they have more money. This is backwards. Systems are how you get more money. Waiting for surplus before building structure ensures you remain stuck in survival mode. The system does not need to be perfect, it needs to exist. Even a flawed system teaches more and grows faster than perfect inaction. Money respects those who give it direction. When you save, you tell money to stay still. When you invest in systems, you tell money to expand. Over time, money listens. It begins to grow without your permission, without your effort, without your presence. This is when money stops being something you chase and becomes something that arrives. The wealthy do not sleep peacefully because they saved enough. They sleep because their systems are awake, producing, adjusting, and compounding while they remain absent. Because true wealth is not measured by how much money you have protected, but by how much money continues to grow without you needing to touch it. Money is not loyal to intelligence alone. It is loyal to perception, emotion, and behavior. This is the final truth most people never grasp, and because of that, even when money reaches them, it quietly leaves. Money does not remain with those who earn it once. It remains with those who understand people consistently. Human nature is the invisible engine behind every financial outcome. Ignore it, and money slips through your hands no matter how hard you work to obtain it. Every transaction is psychological before it is numerical. People do not buy because something is logical. They buy because something feels necessary, urgent, prestigious, safe, or desirable. Money moves toward whoever can shape those feelings. This is why brilliant technicians remain underpaid, while average communicators dominate industries. Skill impresses. Understanding human desire controls outcomes. Money follows control. Those who fail financially often blame math. In reality, they misunderstand behavior. They assume people act rationally, patiently, and fairly. They do not. People act emotionally, impulsively, and selfishly. Money rewards those who anticipate this instead of denying it. The individual who understands fear, status, validation, and convenience can guide money without force. Influence replaces effort. This is why marketing outperforms quality, branding outperforms substance, and perception outperforms truth. This is not corruption, it is reality. Money does not ask what is best, it asks what is chosen, and people choose based on how something makes them feel about themselves. Whoever controls that feeling controls the flow of money. Human nature also explains why money leaves those who suddenly acquire it. Lottery winners, athletes, influencers, they gain money faster than they gain understanding. Without psychological discipline, money becomes a liability. It amplifies existing flaws. Ego demands validation. Insecurity demands spending. Fear demands protection. Without mastery over emotion, money is consumed by the need to be seen, admired, or reassured. Those who keep money think differently. They detach identity from wealth. They do not use money to prove worth. They use it to increase leverage. They understand that showing wealth attracts attention, and attention attracts threats: social, legal, emotional. Silence protects capital. Restraint preserves power. Money stays where discipline lives. Understanding human nature also means understanding negotiation. Most people negotiate emotionally. They reveal need, rush decisions, and accept unfavorable terms to avoid discomfort. Money punishes this weakness instantly. Those who remain calm, slow, and detached gain advantage without aggression. The one who can walk away controls the outcome. Money respects indifference more than desire. Relationships follow the same rule. Money stays with those who choose partners carefully, business or personal. Desperation attracts exploitation. Clarity attracts respect. Many lose wealth not through bad investments, but through bad alliances, trusting the wrong people, oversharing intentions, or confusing loyalty with competence drains capital faster than any market crash. Human nature is predictable. People want more for less. They want status without risk. They want comfort without effort. The wealthy do not resent this. They design around it. They create offers, systems, and structures that align with these desires. Money flows to them not because they are lucky, but because they understand what people will do before they do it. Even fear plays a role. During chaos, money does not disappear, it changes hands. Those who understand panic profit from it. Those who are ruled by panic surrender their position. Calm is not emotional strength, it is strategic advantage. Money stays with those who can think clearly while others react. This is why money is rarely permanent for the naive. Without understanding human nature, wealth becomes a temporary visitor. With understanding, even small amounts of money grow roots. The world is not ruled by numbers, it is ruled by people. And money, obedient as always, follows whoever understands them best. Now you see it clearly. Money was never mysterious, never unfair, never out of reach. It was simply misunderstood. You were taught to approach it with morality instead of strategy, effort instead of control, saving instead of systems, and numbers instead of human nature. These lessons did not fail you by accident. They were designed to keep you functional, not powerful. Money obeys power because power shapes outcomes. It flows to control because control decides value. It multiplies through systems, because systems outlive effort. And it stays with those who understand human nature because people, not logic, move the world. Once you understand these laws, money stops feeling random. Patterns replace frustration. Strategy replaces hope. This knowledge is not meant to comfort you, it is meant to sharpen you. Comfort creates delay. Clarity creates action. The moment you stop asking why money avoids you and start asking where leverage exists, your position changes. You no longer chase income, you build inevitability. You stop proving yourself and start structuring your advantage. The world does not reward those who wait to be chosen. It rewards those who choose themselves and construct authority quietly, patiently, and without apology. Money will never save you, validate you, or give you meaning. But when you understand how it works, it becomes obedient, predictable, and useful. From this point forward, you are no longer confused. And in a world built on confusion, that alone is power.